All right, episode number 5. And episode 5, 5 love languages. Very interesting. A coincidence. تصادف. Uh, совпадение. All right, so now we are gonna read 5 languages of love, how people express their feelings. So here is the author of the book, Gary Chapman. American author, also radio talk show host. Okay, so let's start with chapter number 1, the story shot number 1. Love is a human need, so we all need to love. Love is a universal goal for humans. No matter our backgrounds, societies, or preferences, we all want to experience love. However, what is unique to each individual is the type of love that complements their emotional health. What love means to you is related to what gives you emotional fulfillment. This is why we claim to love people, but also activities and items. So, what love means to you is related to what gives you emotional fulfillment. So something needs to make you feel good, feel fulfilled, feel full, let's say. And that's why it's not only about people, but also about activities and things. We are all fueled by love. It means we all get energy from love. Without love, our emotional needs will be left unmet and we'll struggle to enjoy the other parts of our life. For example, a marriage without love will make it difficult to enjoy other parts of your life. Chapman provides an example of a client who struggled with this exact dilemma. His client was wealthy, but material possessions, his things, couldn't fulfill his emotional needs. He was still miserable as his wife didn't love him anymore. Poor guy. He's rich, but the wifey doesn't love. Communication is the solution to relationship challenges. Encouragement requires empathy and seeing the world from your spouse perspective. It means from your eyes or from his eyes. We must first learn what is important to our spouse. Ah, I hope that I am pronouncing the word correctly. Let's check it, please. Spouse, I am saying, but I'm not sure about that.
Spouse.
Spouse, yes. Only then can we give encouragement. With verbal encouragement, we are trying to communicate. I know, I care, I'm with you. How can I help? We are trying to show that we believe in him and in his abilities. We are giving credit and praise, Gary Chapman. So I think here it's about the importance of speaking love. Relationships will always have a honeymoon period. SLI, медовый месяц. However, this feeling will eventually fade, but this feeling will go. Therefore, your relationship must be built on a foundation of sound communication. You need to learn to communicate with your partner, the book says. The stages of love can show us how relationships have to adapt with time. The first phase of love is characterized by attraction and is called in love phenomenon. The first stage. These experiences are obsessive. Dumberlasa. You instinctively want to spend all your time with this other person. However, this phase is underpinned by our evolutionary drive to reproduce. Therefore, this initial phase is clouded by irrational judgments rather than rational thought. Psychologist Tenov studied lots of couples and found most relationships only last 2 years. After our in-love phenomenon wears off, after it finishes, we struggle to keep our romantic relationship. So you fall in love, you cannot imagine your life without this person, but after 2 years, usually you lose your feelings. You don't need the person anymore, usually, not all the time. It's possible to overcome the period when in-love phenomenon wears off. But don't worry, it's still possible to overcome that problem. The fundamental tool for doing this is communication. Humans have emotional needs that obsessive love cannot accommodate. Larry explains how true love is based on changing your attitude and thinking about others' needs. To have a successful marriage, talk openly about your expectations and emotions with your partner. This is what true love is about. So it recommends you to talk, but there could be another problem. There is no guarantee that you will be heard. Yes, you'll say something, but nobody can guarantee you that the other person will hear you, will understand what you mean. So, understand your partner's love language. Love is unique to each individual. Therefore, people feel and express love differently. Based on this, understanding your partner's love language is vital importance for your relationship's health. Understanding your partner's love language will take time and effort. However, it's essential for all partners. Even long relationships can end when partners don't understand each other's love language. Although partners share many habits, partners will not share the same love language. Hence, шуның üçün, поэтому it's common for partners to coexist happily for years. Then, one partner realizes the other has misunderstood them completely. Look at these cuties. Use words of affirmation to express love. Use words of affirmations like yes, I think, something like this. Affirmatively and positively, knows it. Compliments are crucial in relationships. The Greek philosopher referred to this when he said, praise, machto, chwala, is the sweetest of all sounds. These words are as valid today as they were thousands of years ago. Words of affirmation. So here, I think it's more about you are beautiful, you are smart, you are so good, you're such a good person. Will help your love flourish. Let's check it out too. Flourish. Güllamak, процветать. Let's check the pronunciation. You see, even I check the pronunciation of words.
Flourish.
Flourish. Flourish. Provide verbal compliments to your partner as often as possible. However, you don't want these compliments to be overwhelming, not too much. Otherwise, it seems fake. It's better when these compliments are simple and straightforward, easy. You want them to be natural and part of your everyday relationship. You should be easily able to identify areas where your partner excels, good at. This might be in their child care, how they appear on a specific day, how well they perform at work. However, suppose you are struggling with articulating these thoughts. Articulating is expressing these thoughts. Выражать. In that case, you can use newspapers, magazines, or TV episodes to identify how others use words of affirmation to support their play. It's too stupid. Hey, how can you learn how to say compliments? You just say them. You see, you compliment. Words of words of affirmation can also benefit you. Words of affirmation function well as requests. Requests in isolation sound like demands. Request is ask if you don't know. In isolation sound like demands. So it's like сорап тұрғаныңда талап еткеннен болып қалма. Когда ты спрашиваешь, очень важно не показаться требующим. So, however, if you sweeten a request, your partner will be more inclined to help. Moilrock, склонный. The author provides another example of a client where this approach was successful. The client had been asking her husband to paint their bedroom for 9 months. Chapman suggested that she stop complaining about him being lazy and start complimenting him for being productive. Merely 3 weeks later, her husband started painting their bedroom without even being prompted. Verbal compliments are a much more effective incentive than making criticisms. It's motivation. Actually, it's true. I always thought that you need to find a way. You need to know how to speak with a person. So instead of saying, hey, paint this, you're always like this, lazy ass, blah, blah, blah, you need to say, you're such a good person. You work. And also, you help me in our home. You look after our children. You make our life better. And you also help me with all the things that I ask you. I love you so much. And in this case, he'll remember that he was supposed to do something and he'll do that. Girls, if you want to learn some lessons like um, to be a good wife, you need to ask these lessons from men, not from women. I think in this case, you will understand better their psychology and what they actually need. Otherwise, you speak with your friends, they don't know, you don't know. You ask your aunts, sisters, they don't know. So, like five, six people discussing the thing, and there is no answer, pointless. Ask a man. Ask a man. The same about men, I think. If there is a concern, if there is a dilemma, ask the woman. The woman can help you with women things. Quality time is time well spent. Camp out in the living room. Spread your blankets and pillows on the floor. Get your Pepsi and popcorn. Pretend the TV is broken and talk like you used it to when you were dating. Talk till the sun comes up or something else happens. If the floor gets too hard, go back upstairs and go to bed. You will not forget this evening. Talk, guys. Talk, the book says. It's essential for your relationship that you spend quality time with your partner. In the modern age, we all tend to get distracted by technology. But every time you prioritize technology over your partner, you decrease the love in your relationship. As humans, time is one of our most valuable commodities. Therefore, taking time away from your other passions to spend time with your loved one will be well received. Yes, actually, it's true. So you need to use your phones less. You need to watch TV less. You need to spend more time together talking, the book says. The word quality in quality time is key. Spending time together in the same room is not the same as focusing on each other and nothing else. Spending time together without distractions will help all of your emotional needs to be met. Gary uses the example of watching a football game together or staring at a computer as poor quality time. Instead, you should be engaging in top quality conversations and activities. Don't watch films together. Don't watch football together. Talk again. Top quality activities are things that both partners want to be doing. The more often you spend quality time together, the more memories you will have to look back on. Examples of sufficient, it means enough, quality time are strolling in a park, gardening, or preparing a meal together, or eating together without using the phone. Surprise your partner with gifts. Gifts are visual symbols of love. These symbols are even more effective when they are surprises and occur regularly. It doesn't matter how expensive these gifts are, it's often a cliche, but it's the thought that counts. It's not about the price of the gift. I think many girls would disagree. Yeah, here it says it's the thoughts that counts, that your partner thought about you. Gift giving is a common activity across all cultures. It's particularly attached to marital practices in all countries. Some partners will be receptive to gifts and will regard them as part of their love language. They will regard any gift as an expression of true love. Although partners will often view gift as an act of love, it's also important that the gifts are of a high quality. Therefore, you should keep track of the presents that you brought your partner the most joy over the years. So you need to pay attention to what your partner likes and to give that. Then you can use this evidence to guide your future gift giving. Each person is unique in how they like to receive gifts and what type of gift they like to receive. The value of gifts is not in the monetary value. It's not about money, money, money. Instead, the value lies in the idea of giving a gift, the process of buying or making it, and how the gift is presented. Chapman describes how he saw a couple, Duke and Kate. Duke had previously regularly provided gifts for his wife Kate. However, he had suddenly stopped because it cost too much. The decision had a significant impact on Kate, as her love language included an understanding that gifts were a sign of love. Therefore, she was not having her emotional needs met. Chapman explained to Duke that these gifts didn't have to carry monetary value. Subsequently, it means as a result, Duke provided Kate with random gifts of affection. Affection is love. These gifts worked equally well as expressions of his love for her. Okay, it's not about the cost of the gift, but it's about the gift itself. Express your love through work. If acts of service don't come naturally for you, it's still a love language worth acquiring, getting. It's a way of expressing a sense of responsibility for the well-being of others. Hmm. İşini bitirip servis görsetiş. Albert said repeatedly, as long as there is a man in the world who is hungry, sick, or lonely, or living in fear, he is my responsibility. Helping others is universally accepted as an expression of love. One of the best ways to express your love for your partner is to do useful things. Try to think of the task that your partner doesn't like doing. If they dislike doing the washing up, you should offer to do this as often as possible. Going out of your way to elevate your partner, elevate yani şu boşaltış, освободить of labories, labories. It's difficult, but the pronunciation, laborious. Laborious. Tasks show you care for them. However, it also shows you understand the tasks they dislike. These acts are far more powerful when you or your partner haven't asked. Therefore, instead of asking your partner for favors, you should ask your partner what favors you can do. One of the necessary changes you have to be willing to make is related to traditional gender roles. You should be willing to do whatever chores your partner would like help with. This might mean men have to cook, women have to fix a shelf. Chapman once met a man named Mark. Mark was raised in a conventional, it means traditional family, where his father didn't lift a finger in the house. Ничего не делал по дому. His dad saw such tasks as women's work and couldn't imagine himself cleaning the floors or changing diapers. If you don't know, подгузник. Conversely, it means, however, Mark appreciated how important it was to his wife that he lent a hand around the house. So he let his gendered stereotypes go. So he decided to help his wife. Oh my God, don't look at it. Look at the sailing for a while. Physical touch is a powerful sign of affection. Oh my God, I think the most interesting part of the book has started. I think I have to read it without you. Okay, I'm joking. If you are young, please stop watching the video. But young болушlarınıza karamasdan pişen bolsanızlar keep watching. Research has shown that children who receive physical affection tend to have better emotional health. This suggests how important physical touch is. Tezrak. Halına karanlayın, halı baki. Suppose your partner's primary love language is physical touch. In that case, you should engage in actions like holding hands, kissing, embracing. It means hugging, and something I don't understand. For the latter, you must learn what your partner enjoys. You can ask them what they find pleasurable and tailor your behavior to their pleasure. It's critical in relationships that both partners learn what other individual finds pleasurable. Identify your own primary love. If you want to read, you can read it yourself. You can pause the video and read it. But I'm not gonna read it for you because I'm a teacher. I'm a serious person. Identify your own primary love language. So you need to understand what kind of love language you have. Everybody has their primary love language. Therefore, you will have one too. Here is a specific way. Ask yourself what you most often request from your partner. It's often the case that you are asking for something as it fulfills you emotionally. I ask for food. I ask for a clean home. I ask for attentiveness and understanding. Consider what comes to mind when you want to feel genuinely appreciated. Which of these love languages do you think of first? Additionally, you can identify your love language by thinking of times when your partner's behaviors have hurt you. For example, when they haven't done something or failed to understand you. Чистый mannequin. Suppose you have been upset by your partner withdrawing one of these of love languages. In that case, that is likely your primary love language. Your upbringing, tarbiya, воспитание, can also help you better understand which love language is likely your primary one. Try to remember how your parents or carers helped you feel loved while you were growing up. Love can be expressed and received in all five languages. However, if you don't speak a person's primary, so so much water here. Let's summarize everything. The first one was affirmative words, compliments. This is the first love language that we read here. Then the second one was gifts, giving gifts to people. It's not important that they are expensive. The book says, but girls would disagree, I think. Okay, not all the girls. Then the next one, affirmative words, gifts, service. When you serve your partner, so when you do things that they don't want to do, this is the third love language. The fourth love language is, what is the fourth? What is the fourth? Oh, touch, hugging, kissing, this kind of stuff is the fourth. Then spending time together. Spending time together. These five. So from these five, you can find your own love language, and you can search for someone who has a similar love language, so you can have quality time together all the time without asking for anything. Or if you're already married, if you have already made your choice, you can try to understand the love language of your partner and then adapt to that. So it's all about adaptation, I believe, because it's very hard to find someone who is uh, identical to you, the same with you. So that's it, guys. I hope this book will help you in your relationship, not only with your partner, but also with your children and also with your family members, and also maybe with your friends. See ya.